All right, live, and live. We are here for Friday. Welcome everybody to Traveling with Bruce. How are you today? And I always remember right at the beginning of showtime that I have to check my devices to make sure I've got them on mute, because if I don't, I start to hear myself yapping away. We don't want to do that. How's it going, everybody? Are you having a good day? I hope you're having a good Friday today. The weekend is upon us. It is October the 26th. 2018, right on. I'm noticing here I've got an ad on my phone going for this video, for this live show. Got an ad going here on my big ass iPad. Something about julienne salad or something. What's that all about? Wow, there's some neat stuff. Jicama, it says. Somebody's peeling some food, and not sure what this is over here. Got an ad going over here. I'm making money all over the place from these YouTube ads. How about that? Thank you for tolerating them and watching at least 30 seconds of them. If you are catching an ad today, we'll take it from anywhere we can get it. Nice to be monetized on YouTube. I have noticed pretty good quality advertisers advertising on my channel. Some hotels, banks, yeah, a number of different entities that I think are paying premium money to be out there, and I'm glad that these folks they feel that my viewers, you guys, are a worthy audience to advertise to and spend money to do it. And so I say, hey, thank you. I need all I can get. Thank you, YouTube. There you go. Everyone seems to be on now. I'm running on all the devices at the same time. How are you all? Welcome to the show. If you love cruising, you've come to the right place. I love talking about cruise ships, cruise ship deals, developments in the cruise ship business. If you've never been on a cruise before, you've come to the right channel. This is where you can ask anything you want about cruising, a cruise line, a ship, a destination, whatever you want to know about. Ask away. The longer you hang out here, the more you learn. The more I learn, and I've got peeps here who are signing in, saying hi to me from all over the world, the USA, Canada, from Britain, Ireland, from Europe itself, from Australia, New Zealand. Sometimes Japan. I mean, it's just everywhere. It's incredible. 5 o'clock Eastern time is when I'm on Monday to Friday. 2 o'clock Eastern on Saturdays. And if you've never been here before, please do sign in. Tell me it's your first time or you're new. Love to find out. Tell me, where are you watching me from? Either your country or your hometown. If you're in the U.S., tell me what city you're in or town. Your state. What's your high temperature today? The gang here will say hi to you from all over. So wherever you are in the world, say hi to us. We'd love to say hi back. Here where I am, I'm in Creston, British Columbia, Canada, about 3 miles north of the Idaho border. Today is a very dark and dreary fall day. You've probably noticed, if you've watched me before, when it's really sunny out, there's sunshine coming in from over here, and the sun's rays are shining even through my curtains. And this side of the face will be all lit up, and this side of the face will be all dark, because I've got a lamp up here trying to even it out, but the lamp can't compete with the sun. Well, today the sun isn't helping. It's all from the lamp up here. And so I have a little more of an even look, although I still look like I have jaundice, because it's just the way it is. This is not a professional lamp for filmmaking purposes. It's a living room lamp that's a reader lamp, and I just set the sucker up on a table and shine it at me and do the best I can with what I have. I'm a one-man show. This channel was started on August the 17th, 2017, a year ago, and 2 months, 14 months and 9 days ago, I guess, is when I started this channel, Traveling with Bruce. No subscribers, no experience, no videos, no nothing, no clue. Now I look back and go, oh man, I knew nothing. But at the time, I thought, oh, I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready. I'll make some videos. I'll do videos about my travels, and people will love it. And I started producing videos through some software that I acquired, and started putting videos out there. And I would get 10 views on this video and 15 views on that video. I just figured, just keep going, Bruce. Just make videos. Just don't stop. Just make videos, and people will find you. You'll make videos about Germany and Berlin. You'll make videos about the USA. You'll make videos about traveling in California or whatever, going on a cruise. And then that happened. I made a video about going on a cruise and had like 100 views. Oh my God, I went viral. And I had 10 or 12 subscribers, of which 6 I knew, maybe 8 I knew them, friends, some relatives. And but slowly but surely, every day or 2 or 3, a new subscriber would come along. And I did that. I plugged along until October. For about 3 months. I hit 10,000 views in October, and at that time, you could become monetized, and I did. I had 31, 32, 33 subscribers at the time that I became monetized, and I started making 8 to 12 cents a day. Yes, 8 to 10, 12 cents, 14 cents a day from advertising. I just kept on going, and I was just doing videos. So I was just making videos, nothing live, because I had no idea how to do that. And I found that whenever I talked about cruise ships, or I talked about how to find a deal on a cruise ship, or what to pack on a cruise ship, anything to do with cruise ships, my videos got higher views. Those videos would do better than these trips that I'd been on to Germany and wherever else. So I thought, well, just keep her going, Bruce, just keep it going. And in December, I hit 100 subscribers, and I was hitting about 100 views a day for the channel, 100, 150 views a day. Then I hit my first 200 view day for the channel. And then in December itself, I got to 150 subscribers on Boxing Day, and I was doing 300 to 400 views a day. And I'm now making like $2 to $3 a day in advertising. Well, yeah, that's like $100 a month. This is oh my gosh, I can buy gas for the car. By January, I hit 225 subscribers, and then the boom was lowered by YouTube on all small YouTube creators, of which I was one. They lowered the boom. Now I have to admit, though, on the 6th of January, I changed everything. I changed this channel dramatically. I started doing live telecasts, live broadcasts, and within a week or so, I figured out I should be on daily, because I was doing daily videos. I was doing a video a day, but I found that if I could go live every day and still do a video here and there, I would do the best of both worlds. And sure enough, it worked, because there were people out there who were hungry for news on the cruise business, and they'd like to get it on a regular basis. So I figured I'll provide it as long as the market wants it. And the boom was lowered on January the 17th by YouTube. They said, you're going to be demonetized in a month unless you have 1,000 subscribers. I had 225 at the time. And you have to have 4,000 hours of watch time. I had 3,500 hours at the time. And the 4,000 hours had to be for the year. So I knew I'd make the 4,000 hours. That was going to be within a week I'd do that. But the 1,000 subscribers, oh my gosh, how am I going to hit 1,000 subscribers? I only have 225. Well, I told my viewers on my live show, I just came out there and told them, here's what happened. This is a new deal, new policy. There's no discussion. It's automatic. And well, my viewers came through, and the word got out. People started helping promote the channel a little bit. I did everything I could on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest and Patreon and whatever social media I could figure out. Started promoting this channel, and lo and behold, on February the 17th, we hit 1,000 subscribers. Now, theoretically, that was in time to be monetizable, but apparently it wasn't. There was a glitch somewhere. I don't know what it was. But YouTube considered me under the mark, under 1,000 subscribers on the day of, necessary day of. I wish I had done a few days earlier, but it just didn't happen. It was a miracle to get to 1,000 subscribers as fast as I did anyway. But anyway, I got demonetized, and I figured it would be a week or two, because that's what YouTube was telling everybody. It would only be a week or two. Turned out to be 4 months of demonetization. And so by the time I got to the 1,000 subscriber mark, those last few days, I was bringing in $12, $15, $18 a day from advertising. And you multiply that out for a 30-day month, and you're going, geez, that's like $400 or $500 a month. And I figured if I could just keep the growth curve coming along, that number would go higher. And I hoped that within a week or 2 or 3, I'd be remonetized, and that would be that, and it just didn't happen. And thankfully, viewers took pity on me and started sending me super chats on these live shows, and that was nice. But I realized after a short while that, oh boy, every time somebody sends me $1 or $5 or $10, 30% of that money gets taken off the top and goes to YouTube for their services and doing what they do and collecting the money. I only get 70 cents on the dollar, and I only get paid once a month from YouTube. It's around the 3rd week of the month is when they pay out from the month before. So if someone makes a donation on the 1st day of the month, I don't get it till the 21st of the next month, which is 51 days to get paid from, Anyway, it's got a bit tough. Anyway, I figured out, Bruce, why don't you set up a donation button with PayPal? And I did the research about all these other pay sites, and I figured out PayPal is so simple. Anyone can use PayPal. You don't have to be a member of PayPal to send me money on PayPal. And I get up to 96% of the dough. I get it. So it's really just a handling fee, like a banking handling fee. I know this is great. So I put this PayPal donation button on my channel. It's on my homepage. It's usually up here or up here somewhere. And I mentioned to everybody, look, all of you folks who've been sending me donations through these super chats, if you could do it through PayPal instead, oh, that would make a difference. It would be 26% more money just for me. No difference to you, but to me, it's 26% more money. It's a huge difference. Well, that's what happened. And so now majority of my donations come through PayPal. And I thank everyone, every time someone does a donation, I thank them so very much. And all of you out there, you know who you are. You've been great to me. That is fantastic. Anyway, on the subscriber count, we broke 1,000 in February. By March, we were at 1,400. April, we got to 1,700. May, we broke over 2,000. June, into the mid-2000s in July. Then we broke 3,000 in August, and we hit 4,000 September, and now we're at 4,583 subscribers. Unbelievable. A year ago today, October 26th, I would have been at about 35 subscribers. Today, 4,583. Wow. We're on our way to 5,000, probably within a month. This is incredible. Thank you, all of you who have joined in, all of your kind comments, and all your support. Speaking of support, people can help me in many, many ways. One, you can watch a commercial. That's always great. Watch at least 30 seconds before you skip it. I get paid a fraction of a penny every time one of those gets aired. Number two, people are picking up merchandise. I created the Traveling with Bruce merchandise line on Redbubble. I have a Redbubble store. I have a little icon again up here. And people have been picking up T-shirts and coffee mugs and travel mugs and clocks and all kinds of stuff. Every time one of these items gets ordered, I earn a commission for that. I think we started that in about March or April of this year. And then about April or May, I was able to finally set up an Amazon affiliate link for this channel, and there's an address, an email address for Amazon in this video down below, where the description is down just below the screen here. There should be an Amazon little thing. If you click on that, it'll take you to the Amazon homepage, the front page of Amazon. And if you're an Amazon shopper and you want to help this channel, and you buy anything on Amazon, oh, please use my affiliate link to get into Amazon. Shop until you drop. Whatever you buy from Amazon, there is a commission payable to someone who refers you to Amazon, in this case, Traveling with Bruce. And people have been doing this since we started this in about May, June of this year. And some of you just pick up, household goods. Others of you pick up gifts for people or whatever it is. Some people buy utilities appliances for their homes. It doesn't matter. The commission is anywhere from 2 to 8%, depending on the item. And I don't have to handle any of it. It's automatically done. Every day I go to the Amazon site and I log in to see, did I make any money from Amazon yesterday? I don't know. Some of my people or some of my viewers are kind enough to send me messages on the live show. They'll say, oh, by the way, I bought something on Amazon. Watch out. Or I picked up some gardening stuff, or I picked up this. Well, I got a warning the other day from Tom Henry, one of my dear, great viewers. I can't wait to meet Tom Henry in person. Tom Henry gave me a heads up. Hey, I ordered some Christmas lights for the house. Sure enough, he did. Tom has a big house. I didn't realize. I've seen pictures because he's been kind enough to post them on my Facebook page, Traveling with Bruce, which, by the way, I invite you to check out Traveling with Bruce on Facebook. Anyway, yeah, he bought some Christmas lights. Holy cow, did he buy Christmas lights? And a pretty large donation came through from Amazon. Thank you, Amazon, for this affiliate program. I tell you right now, I was pretty happy about that. So that was a pleasant surprise this morning to wake up to see a pretty good-sized purchase of Christmas lights for the entire house. Wow. Now, if like 50 of you guys could do that in the next couple of weeks, I would really appreciate it, but no pressure. I'm just crossing my fingers, and Jen is asking me, what's going to happen at Thanksgiving when it becomes Cyber Monday or whatever? Are all your subscribers going to go to Amazon and buy something through your link? I hope so. I'm just praying that they remember. But it's up to you guys. If you want to support this channel without even sending me money, just buy something on Amazon. Something will come my way. But anyway, thank you for all of you out there who are supporting me in any way you can. It is quite amazing. I had no idea a year ago, no idea that I would be talking to my viewers live. Didn't know that. That's one. Two, I had no idea that I would have a PayPal donate button site. Didn't know that. Number three, I didn't know I would have necessarily have merchandise so soon, but I did. And certainly had no idea that I would have an Amazon affiliate link set up as well. I mean, all of these are sources of income that I didn't think, I didn't know about them. I really didn't get it. I learned it as I was doing YouTube, and I was watching other YouTubers, and I was watching YouTube influencers telling guys like me, if you're a new YouTuber, you should look at this, you should look at this, you should look at this. I mean, I'm just going, there's so much to learn. I can't do it all. I'm trying to figure out how to do videos. What else do I have to do? Yeah, you have to do everything. You got to wear all the hats. I'm a one-man show. I do this full time. And I guess I'm breaking all the rules. Normally, it would take about 2 or 3 years to get to 4,500 subscribers. It would take 1 or 2 or 3 people to help me get to where I am this fast. But I'm just going at it 7 days a week, and the results are there. And thank you, all of you who are enjoying what I do. I just blows me away that you guys enjoy what I do. I love it. I love doing this. This is so much fun. Following research, I started adding 2 new shows a few months back, about 6-7 months ago. Trivia on Tuesday nights and Thursday nights, and that is also turning out to be kind of popular with my hardcore followers that I have. They love trivia every Tuesday and Thursday night. I also do trivia on Saturdays at 2 in the afternoon, and it's a lot of fun. I come up with trivia questions that make no sense. I'll ask you guys, tell me the top 10 countries that grow the most potatoes. Then I'll ask you, tell me the country music star that spent the most time in the top 40 in their careers. It just goes from one extreme to another. I'll ask you for Oscar-winning actors. I'll ask you for top 40 hits that the Bee Gees ever recorded. It just goes on and on and on, and it is a blast. We have a lot of fun. If you get the chance, join us on Tuesday nights, Thursday nights, or Saturday for trivia. We have a blast. Anyway, I want to get over to the topic of the day. The main story of the day today, I posted the video this morning. If any of you get a chance, please look it over. It's about Carnival. And it's not the first time I've mentioned this, but I've now had to mention it in a little more detail today. Carnival made, I don't even know if Carnival made the announcement. I guess they would have somewhere. But anyway, a news entity, some kind of news entity picked it up. And that's how I found it. The Carnival Sunshine cruise ship was in San Juan, Puerto Rico yesterday. It's on a 7-day Caribbean cruise, I believe, and it was in San Juan, Puerto Rico. It couldn't get out of the port on time. It was supposed to leave at 4 in the afternoon to depart San Juan. It was supposed to go overnight to Grand Turk, get to Grand Turk today. And then it would have a sea day and then get back to Miami for the end of the cruise. Well, the ship could not leave San Juan on time. The official reason is technical difficulties. What does that mean? Engine problems. That's actually what that means. Engine problems. Whatever engine it is, it is. Is it the engine for the electrical systems? Is it the engine for the air conditioning systems? Is the engine for the powering of the ship and moving it systems? It doesn't matter, because there are a number of engines on the ship that are run by their technicians, and these diesel powered machines are designed to run generators, which then run the engines and run everything else. And it's the water systems, the refrigeration, elevators, the lights. I mean, you name it, everything. The navigation in the bridge where the captain is. Everything, and they couldn't leave port. And I have a feeling that the technical problems they would not have been allowed under maritime rules to leave port. And so they were repairing it. They did get it apparently repaired enough to get out, but they got out late. And I don't know exactly what time, but I want to say 11 last night, but it was late. But it was too late when they got out, too late to make Grand Turk today. Now, theoretically, they might have been able to get to Grand Turk today, but something tells me that the captain and the officers and head office have decided that rather than try to get to Grand Turk, spend the day there, in other words, park it, dock it, get everybody up, get them back on, and then get out again and make Miami. They figured, let's just go to Miami in a slow, leisurely way. And it's possible they can only go in a slow, leisurely way. Maybe the engine can only go half pace, but they got it going fast enough to get it back to Miami. So they're doing 2 days at sea to get back to Miami, and they gave every passenger a $50 credit, onboard spending credit, for the inconvenience of not going to Grand Turk. And of course, all the passengers who had outings booked, tours or whatever booked in Grand Turk, got a refund for all of that. And the passengers will get any kind of port fee credit back as well. Bad news for Carnival, bad news for the passengers, because there are probably some passengers who might even have family and friends that are in Grand Turk and they were going to see them, and now they're not going to see them at all. And so the ship is limping its way back to Miami. I'm saying it's limping its way back. And this brought up a question. This got me thinking, hey, wait a minute. This ship used to be, I believe it used to be called the Destiny, if I'm not mistaken, but this ship was built in 1996. She's 22 years old. And in 2013, 5 years ago, this ship was given a $150 million rebuild. This ship doesn't look anything like it used to look like when it was first built. It now has a 3-story penthouse type addition on the front of her, on top of the bridge, right in front of the ship. There's this 3 stories there where they put all these new suites in there for extra money. And at the back of the ship, just by looking at it, just seeing pictures of it, you'll see this massive series of water slides. That's a huge water park they built back there. They really brought this ship up to a modern day version back in 2013. And they talked about all the new restaurants they've added, all the new public spaces that they renovated. They probably renovated all the cabins with new carpeting and televisions and beds. And I mean, they $150 million. The ship probably cost $400 million to build in the first place back in '96. Now $150 million retrofit in 2013. But that's not the end of the story, because this ship was just in dry dock last week. It had a 2-week dry dock in Freeport in the Bahamas, and 14 days at about $3 million a day. They just spent another 30-40 million on her for a 5-year refresh, because they did the big rebuild in 2013. Now in 2018, 5 years later, into dry dock, and they'll replace all the towels, they'll replace all the bedding, they'll replace a lot of the carpeting, they'll replace perhaps a bunch of the mattresses. It's a redo. But on its first cruise, after being refurbished, gets to San Juan, which is probably its second stop on the tour here, on its week-long tour, can't get out of port. Engine problems. Now, what is going on? Now, I've always mentioned to folks out there, is there certain cruises you want to avoid? Those of you who are new, you need to know this. If you're brand new and never been on a cruise before, you actually don't want to go on an inaugural cruise, the first ever, because that's where most of the bugs are. They got to still get all the bugs fixed. The first cruise after a dry dock, you also want to avoid those, because it's not uncommon for a lot of technicians and a lot of contractor guys to still be on these ships doing all kinds of touch-up work. The last of the touch-up work, especially below deck. They're doing a lot of work below deck. They always try to get the hotel area done before you get on board for your cruise, so you don't see them. The hope is that they're finishing off any renovations down below for the crew quarters, in the kitchen area, maybe in the air conditioning unit area, the engine rooms, all that sort of stuff. But they have to have the ship to a certain point mechanically before they're allowed to get going and come into Miami and pick up paying passengers. Well, anyway, in this case, they picked up paying passengers, took them on a 1-week cruise, and got to San Juan, Puerto Rico, and we had a shutdown. So what's going on? The problem here is Carnival is benefiting and is also grappling with a booming cruise business. The business of cruising is growing and is expanding. Cruise lines are theoretically making more money than ever before. They have more passengers than ever before to service. And so companies like Carnival are in a bit of a jam. And the jam is that they built a lot of cruise ships in the 90s and the early 2000s up until 2006 and 7 before the financial crisis. In the financial crisis in 08 and 09, all kinds of cruises were cruise ship build-outs were canceled or delayed until about 2011 and 12. And then in 12 and 13 and 14, 15, cruise ships started coming back online again, new ships. And so Carnival and Royal Caribbean and Norwegian and Princess and Celebrity, these big brand names that we know of, All America, they have been operating ships now in some cases for 20 plus years. And you have to understand, folks, a cruise ship that picks up and drops off passengers every week, you have no idea the amount of work this thing does. We are only on a cruise ship for a week. We get on the ship on embarkation day and we're so jacked up and excited to get on the ship. We don't recognize and don't realize the fact that it was just on a cruise yesterday that finished. It just dropped off 2,000, 3,000 passengers, and now it's picking us up. That's a big turnaround. And so the wear and tear on the vessel on a weekly basis is never ending. The kitchens are making breakfast 7 days a week, making lunch 7 days a week, making dinner 7 days a week. The refrigerators and freezers are running all the time. Dishwashers all the time. There is never a downtime for these ships unless you have a dry dock. And so you are wearing and tearing this mechanical machine down and down and down. Now, cruise lines always have replacement parts, and they always will do repairs on the fly. They'll find ways to keep the ship going. Sometimes a couple of dishwashers will be out of commission for a half of a cruise. By the time they get back to the home port, there's new dishwashers waiting. They got the technicians waiting to jump on the ship the minute it comes into port. The guys are heading in there. They're ripping out the old dishwashers, bringing in the new dishwashers. By the time you get on the ship and are doing your muster drill, they're installing the new dishwashers, and those are running that night or the next day, and we don't even see it. Yeah, you can do stuff like that, but you can't do a complete engine rebuild on a cruise ship. And the problem with these ships is that these engines are running 24/7 unless they reach ports where they can shut the engines off and plug into shore power, unless the ship is modified to accept a plug from land. The ship's engines have to keep running to keep everything going on board the ship. This means, of course, the mechanics of it all is that these engines are constantly under wear and tear. And a mechanical engine doesn't care whether it's in the middle of the Pacific Ocean or in a Caribbean area, or whether it's in Miami at the port. When it fails, it fails. And there are times where engines fail in a very inconvenient time. And we had that happen on the Carnival Triumph back in 2011, 2012, when for 5 days there was an engine fire and the ship was dead in the water in the Gulf of Mexico for 5 days. That made national news back then. Anyway, so these cruise ships, the older they get, the more susceptible they are to wearing out. And Carnival has got a fleet of cruise ships, 26, 27 cruise ships with the Carnival brand name on it. And there are a number of them from the mid-90s to the early 2000s. And so the Carnival Sunshine, even though they've spent $150 million 5 years ago and another probably $40 million just last 2 weeks, that's $190 million in upgrades. They had a mechanical problem in San Juan on its first cruise. Now, it may not have another mechanical problem for 2 years or ever again. We don't know. You just can't tell. But the odds are that, like a car, like an airplane, like anything mechanical, you use it enough, it wears out, and the parts get harder to find to replace these older parts for these older ships to keep them going. And it gets to the point where you either have to put a new engine in completely, which is a major expense, and downtime, serious downtime, or you have to offload the ship or scrap it altogether. I mean, it comes a point where you can't use it anymore. Now, Carnival's strategy is pretty simple, and it does make sense. Why don't we sink $150 million into this ship? Or shortly, we're going to do the same thing for the Carnival Victory. That ship, by the way, also had a mechanical breakdown this week. That's going in for dry dock in 18 months in Cadiz, Spain, for 38 days, $200 million redo. Why don't we put $200 million into these ships and bring them right back to a newer standard and run them for another 10 years? Because for 10 years at $200 million, that's only $20 million a year. Only $20 million a year. Rather than build a new one for $750 million, we'll spend $200 million and keep this one going. And in the meantime, we'll order new ships. And then in the next 10 years, when new ships come out, we'll retire these refit ships. Then we'll get rid of them for good. Yeah, it's in theory, it sounds great. yeah, it sounds like a great idea. It can work. The problem is these unexpected shutdowns. If they're only causing a few hours delay, no big deal. But if the mechanical shutdown, like an engine shutdown, happens in the open sea, and you're in international waters and you're 50 miles from the nearest island, and you're 200 miles from the nearest port that can service your ship, what are you going to do? You've got problems. You've got 3,000 passengers, 1,200 crew, 4,200 people stranded on a vessel in the middle of the ocean, and hopefully they're calm seas. And now you've got to get that ship towed somewhere for days and days and days. And bad press. We don't want that. So what does Carnival do? I don't know. You get what you pay for, but that is the old adage, I guess. All of us know, those of us who love to follow cruising, we do know this. If you want to go on a cheap 3-night cruise, a cheap 4-night cruise, and I mean, you know, good value, Carnival's the way to go. You can grab a ship from 1995, virtually no balconies or very few balconies, and you can take a 3-4 day cruise out of LA. You can take a quick cruise, probably out of Long Beach, definitely out of Long Beach. You can take a Carnival cruise out of Miami, Fort Lauderdale, to the Bahamas, St. Thomas, maybe to St. Martin. You can even take cruises out of Tampa, out of Galveston, out of Houston, and you can get a good deal. You can get some really good deals. You can get 1 week cruises super cheap on Carnival. I'm talking less than $500 a week per person. That includes all your meals, entertainment, use of the pools, drinks are extra, whatever. But you get what you pay for in the end. You might get a week where there's no issues whatsoever. Everything worked perfectly. You had a great time. You spent an extra $500 while you were on board. It was $1,000 a week per person, but you had a great time, and that was a pretty good value because you do the math and go, it's only $150 odd a day, $160 a day for everything. And we got to see 3 different ports of call. Nice run. If you did a 3-day cruise or a 4-day cruise and it ran you $350, $400, nice getaway, depending on your budget. But you're on cruise ships that are 15, 18, 20, 22, 24 years old. You got to ask yourself, when will the time come that I'm on one of these ships where we have a mechanical issue, because that's how old they are. They're well maintained. They're constantly babied to keep going, but you know, the redundancies are there. There's no escaping the fact that if you have an engine that is 24 years old and it's been running virtually nonstop 24/7 since it was built, no matter how much you baby it, eventually something will go on that engine. And who knows what it is? It's something small, something major, something in between, or multiple issues. You just don't know. Anyway, there's the dilemma that Carnival has right now with part of its fleet. They are scrambling to keep them running. They're spending the money. They're putting the money down. They're getting the money from us, and they're pouring money back into these ships. But you have to ask yourself, are you better off paying extra and just go on the brand new Carnival Horizon and pay $100 for the week more, be on a brand new cruise ship with all the new amenities, all the new features, with all the new safety systems, rather than going on a 24, 25-year-old ship. Royal Caribbean, they've just renovated a Mariner of the Seas, Independence of the Seas, I believe, to the tune of $100+ million each. These are also big dollar renovations, and they're now running 3- and 4-day cruises out of Miami into the Caribbean. Same thing, cheap money for a 20, 50, or 10, 15, 20, 25-year-old ship that's been renovated. The newer they are, the more reliable they could be. The older they are, the greater the chance of mechanical issues. You can't escape it. It's mechanics. Now, it's true. Brand new ships can have problems, just like old ships can have problems. And that brings me to the story of the Aidanova. I'll just mention it one last time. Aidanova, owned by Carnival. The Ada cruise line out of Germany is owned by Carnival, run by Costa. The Aidanova had a fire on board the ship 3 days ago, in the middle of the night, about 2 in the morning. It took 3 hours to fully suppress the fire. And you are hard-pressed. You will be hard-pressed to find stories on this ship in the media, because North American media is just not picking up the story. There's a couple of small issues, small publishers that have, but this has not made the big story at all. It has gotten press in Germany and in the Netherlands, in the UK, and other countries. It now looks like arson was the cause of multiple fires. It wasn't just a fire. There are press reports out there that said they had a small fire on board the ship and it was put out within minutes. Not true. It was multiple fires in multiple cabins that took 3 hours to suppress, and they had to evacuate everyone off that ship because it was at port. And for the safety of everybody, got them all out of there, including all the contractors, all the subcontractors, the crew, and they then got the fire out. The police have been called. It is obvious that it was arson, and the police are interviewing crew members, contractors, and they have got all the surveillance footage from all the cameras, which were apparently working, and they are piecing together how these multiple fires got started, and hopefully they'll find out who did it. So that is a brand new billion-dollar cruise ship, the largest cruise ship that is LNG powered, liquid natural gas, owned by Carnival, Ada Cruise Lines. They have canceled all of their pre-handover cruises. They typically what they'll do is they'll do sea trials, bring her into port, then they'll take the ship on a bit of a tour and run her through her paces, and they'll bring media on board, they'll bring travel agents on board, and they'll run a bunch of 2, 5, 6-day cruises for a few weeks, and then they will take the ship to her first port of call, which is going to be Hamburg, and bring in actual paying customers for the first ever cruise. Now, the first cruise is supposed to be December the 2nd, but the first promotional cruise was November the 15th. And from the November 15th till December the 2nd, the ship was going to be on this, media blitz tour, all canceled. All these cruises have been canceled. Again, you won't find anything on the Norwegian website. They're not talking about it. This is bad news. Why would they talk about it? This ship's, all of its promotion is dead in the water. They're now trying to get this ship ready for December the 2nd for its first paying cruise. They're hoping to get a bunch of press then. The problem between now and then is there will likely be arrests of arson suspects, hopefully. There will likely be police reports coming out about what happened. And that's all bad news. That's all a breakdown in security, breakdown in supervision. These are issues. And of course, we don't know the extent of the damage to the cabins that were burned. We don't know the extent of any damage around the cabins either. When a fire is inside a cabin and the heat gets to a certain point, all the wiring in the walls, behind the wall that you see, will melt. PVC piping for the sewage and for the water systems will melt. There will be all kinds of toxic gases and other problems inside the ventilation systems all around these cabins. We're talking about millions and millions of dollars having to be invested to repair this. And this isn't sort of off-the-shelf stuff that you can just pick up the phone and say, hey, I need a new, I'm going to take out the old cabin, put a new cabin in. No, you got to rip everything out down to the core, find out where the problems went to, and then do a rebuild out on a customized basis. So we're talking weeks of problems here. I will tell you that I think the cruise line is desperately trying to hide the fact that how bad this really is. But it's going to come out that this could be a 2-month delay. We may not see this ship until January, and there may be 5, 7, 8, 10 cruises canceled that were scheduled and pre-sold already. This could be a real problem. Again, I'm speculating. I know I am, but I have to. Why? There's no official story anywhere. No one who's in the know wants to say a darn thing. This is being buried and covered up as deep as possible. You take a look at YouTube videos. Try to find a YouTube video other than mine about the arson on the Aidanova. You'll find a couple videos in German, but you're not going to find any news organization in North America. And all of those news sources that we go to from time to time for the latest news on cruising, you're going to find that they're not going to talk about it because they are paid by cruise companies to bring out happy stories about cruise ships. They're not going to bring out this one. From what I can tell you, I maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm naive, but I'll tell you, I'm having trouble getting the real goods on this, except for the digging I'm doing on the internet through these sources out of the Netherlands and Germany, and I'm getting all these translated to figure out what they're saying. It's a disturbing story. Last point I will talk about today is the stock market. What a week. What a week for cruise stocks. What a week for cruise ship companies. Our friends at Carnival today, let me grab my glasses. The Carnival Cruise Line shares closed today at $54.27 a share. Carnival lost today $1.58. What would that be? About 3% of its value today. It's been a rough week. The high of the year for Carnival was $72.70. That was the high in the last 52 weeks for the stock. So they are now down $18.50 from their high of the year. The low of the year, the lowest price was today. At one time today, the shares were trading at $54.04. The low price for 52 weeks. This is a company that makes money, pays a dividend, and they're doing stock buybacks, and they're talking about how great the business is, and they're getting hammered. They're at $54.27 on the close today. Royal Caribbean shares, they closed today at $103.07, down $4.87. So about 4.5% drop in value today. The high for the year, $135.65. That's like $32 from here, $32.50 from here. That's how far down the shares are from the high of the year. The low, 101.20, 101.20, but that wasn't today. It hit that a few weeks ago, but it's coming back now. It's only $2 away from its low of the year. This also is a company the president talks, the CEO keeps talking about how much money they're making, how great everything is. Bookings for 2019 are through the roof. We are just firing on all cylinders. Everything is great, lollipops and kumbaya being sung around the campfire, yet these shares are trading at or about 52-week lows. The last one, Norwegian Cruise Lines, closed today, $43 and I think 88 cents, down $1.55, almost 4% drop today. The high of the year for Norwegian, $61.18. This stock is about almost $18 off of its high, 30% off its high of the year. The low price of the year, $43.46. Today, it touched the low of the year at $43.46. Are these shares a buy, a sell, or a hold is the question. If you're a long-term investor, you want to buy the shares and hold them for at least 5 years, they're a buy. Yeah, you can buy them now. If they go lower from here, it doesn't matter. A year from now, they'll probably be where they are at or even higher than they are now. 5 years from now, I think they'll all be higher than where they are here. That's my personal opinion. But if you're cruising a lot, you want to hold these shares if you're a cruiser, because even if you paid more for these shares, you don't sell them now, because every time you go on a cruise, you get a shareholder credit being a shareholder. Well, that compensates you for the losses that you're suffering. You get it back on this end, and when the shares recover a little bit from here, you figure out what the price is trading at, what you paid for the stock, what you got from the dividends, what you got from shareholder credits, and you'll figure out, hey, I'm going to break even versus someone else who doesn't get this stuff, and you'll be all right. That is the state of the shares in the cruise business. The Dow dropped 296 points today. High gyration week today, up 400, down 600, up 500, down 300. The market is going through all kinds of gyrations, and the culprit is interest rates and trading policies. The tax cuts are not saving this stock market. The tax cuts were designed to give a sugar high to the economy, and it did. It gave the markets a wonderful sugar high for a few months, and the corporations that got these massive tax breaks are using virtually all of the money. I'd say 70% of the money that they're getting from the tax savings, they're putting it back to their shareholders by buying back stock to try to keep their prices up. And it's not working because the markets are not collapsing, but they're backing off significantly right now. It's not going to save it. They're not putting the money into the business. They're not expanding their business. They're not giving raises to their employees to any great extent. They're not buying other companies up. They're not expanding. IBM is a classic example now. For a decade, all IBM has been doing is buying back its own shares on the market. It's now 1/3 smaller as a company than it was a decade ago, and they aren't making any more money than before, and the shares are under pressure. It's not working. It's time for corporate America to start changing management in corporations. Grow your company rather than try to artificially keep the stock price up. The government has given you everything it can give. You've got your tax breaks. The government can't give you any more tax breaks. You have to start making money to benefit from the economy. But with trade policies in place right now between China and Europe and even Canada and Mexico, we're coming into a recession estimated by 2020. That is the estimates. The analysts out there are going, how can it not? Everything is slowing down. China is already in a recession. They're battling as hard as they can to put money into their economy to not go into a recession. But Chinese sales abroad are under pressure. The Chinese currency has already been dropped enough in value to offset the countervailing duties, the tariffs that have been imposed on it. And so Chinese businesses are getting 20% less actual cash for their merchandise today than a year ago. They're not getting any richer, and they're not going to expand. And that's a problem, because if China isn't a buyer of goods, that means America and Europe and Canada can't be a seller of goods to that country. And you take the second largest economy in the world and turn it into a recession economy, everyone else around it gets the bug, and America is next. It's only a matter of time. The markets are foreshadowing what's coming, because the stock market is 6 months to a year ahead of the economy. Investors have a simple saying: sell now, ask questions later. In other words, shoot now and ask questions later why you did that. I'm getting out. I'm getting my money out, and I'm just sitting it on. I'm going to park my money on the sidelines and wait for the bloodbath, and then I'll get back in. Well, right now, money is coming out of the market like crazy. And unfortunately, cruise lines, there's nothing they can do about it. They have to keep those ships moving. They have to keep those ships booked. My friend Robert Brandt is telling me that there are 999 people on board the celebrity ship that's in port today. Did he say, was it the Infinity? I can't remember what you called it. And the Summit, the Celebrity Summit, 999 passengers on board the Summit. Capacity on the Summit is 2,150 passengers, and there are 999 people on it. What is that telling you? October the 26th, 2018, in a hot economy where everything is supposedly great. This is a Royal Caribbean company, Celebrity. They're at 45% capacity going on a Caribbean cruise. What is going on with this so-called hot cruise market? There's a sign. That ship's not making money. That ship is losing money right now. Every day it's operating, and you can't stop it. It has to keep going, because next week there's another cruise that's been sold out. Passengers are coming. Now, maybe they'll have 2,500 passengers or 1,500 passengers on that one, or 2,100 maybe. Maybe not. But this one, this cruise, which you cannot add new passengers to right now, you're stuck at 999 for the rest of this cruise. You're losing money. It's an interesting sign that one of the top operated cruise lines is having this issue here in a beautiful place like St. Thomas. Why aren't 2,100 people in St. Thomas on the Carnival, on the Celebrity Summit? Something's not right. Anyway, there you go. That's just me and my little rant. I hope I haven't bored you with all that. I'm wide open for questions, comments, anything else. Let's say hi to who's here and get this show rolling. Kat Rose is here. Robert Brandt is here. Hi, Bruce. As you say, St. Thomas, the Virgin Islands. He was saying the Celebrity Summit, 999. His rum of the day is a Calisha rum from Puerto Rico. Kat Rose saying it's 74, feels like it's 80 in Sacramento. Welcome to you guys. So Tweety, hi all. Hoping all works today. This works. I'm on a flight to Charlotte, North Carolina at the moment. Way to go, so Tweety. Paul Lucas, hi everybody. 43 rating in Virginia. I want to thank Canada for the cold temperatures, and I want to thank Mexico for the rain. You are welcome. So Tweety, there's 2.5 hours left before we arrive, so I would love to watch TWB to pass the time. Kat Rose, if you don't want to rain, send it here. We could use it in California. Paul Lucas, hello, Alan, Kat, Tweety. Who else is here? Paul Wilkins is saying we're supposed to be in the upper 60s and we're only in the mid 40s. Well, that's what we are today, and a little cool, isn't it? Wendy Thompson, hey, Kat, Robert, and Alan, Paul, all and Tweety, all good here. 80 degrees here. This would be near Ocala, Florida. Got good news in the mail today. Indy's hip X-ray came back, and he is all good. I was hoping for excellent, but I'll take good. This is a breed of dog, Louisiana Catahoula Leopard Dog. How about that? It's a state dog. Fantastic. That's good news. So Tweety just finished lunch on the plane, and now they are serving ice cream sundaes. Amazing. I've never flown American Airlines before. Way to go, So Tweety. Enjoy. Paul Lewis saying, I'm going to have to look up this breed of dog. I don't know anything about it. Kaya is in the house from Crazy Rich Guys Travels. How you doing, Kaya? Welcome to the show. Paul Lucas, Tweety, when I fly, I'm lucky to get a bag of pretzels. Laugh out loud. Kaya says, and Trouble is here too. The puppy dog is here along with Kaya. Fantastic. Everyone's saying hello to everybody there. Richard C is saying, wonderful show today, Bruce. Well, thank you, Richard C. He mentioned that 2 minutes before I went on the air. He has a good premonition, I guess. I'm having a good show. Wendy, I told his breeder, she tells me that if we had gone to the Nationals, he would have had his championship points. They are an American Indian dog, the state dog of Louisiana. So Tweety, I used some of my Alaska miles to book first class on American. They kicked me out of first class lounge, though, because it didn't count as full price ticket. I guess that's kind of too bad. But you're on the plane in first class, and that's good. Way to go. Take that. Absolutely. Crazy Rich Guys Travels. Aren't you and Trouble one and the same? I laugh out loud. Your dad says you guys are. Oh, teasing going on. Robert Brandt, I'd agree with that. Says Paul. I'd agree with that, Paul, says Robert Brandt. Crazy Rich Guys. Hi there, Tweety. So, Tweety, I found your Facebook last night. Kaya, cute puppy. Crazy Rich Guys, thanks very much for that. She's a cutie patootie. She snores, but she's cute. They say, with Sylvan Forest, hi, Bruce and all, 89 degrees in Delray Beach, sunny, muggy, but tolerable. Providing you have a rum and coke and a cigar. Thumbs up, everybody. Bruce deserves it. October 26th already. Christmas. Unbelievable. Christmas 2 months away. 22 thumbs ups are on already. Thank you, everybody, for the 22 thumbs ups. I'm glad you're all here. AC Supersport. Hello, everybody. Sylvan Forest, less than 2 months for Christmas. Tracy Dunlop. Hello, Bruce. 86 in Naples, Florida. Partly cloudy. AC, do you have a fan page on Instagram, Bruce? I have a page on Instagram, but I hardly use it. I really hardly use it. I just don't have the time to be involved with all these social media sites. I do some Facebook work on the group page as much as I can. I do some Twitter work, but I dedicate myself to this channel. It is just so much work. Sometimes I'll dedicate an hour to Instagram, but then I won't do anything for a week. It just goes back and forth. Anyway, that's the story there. Everyone's saying hi to everybody else here. Who else is here? White Knock, how can I get a free cruise? You can probably get a free cruise if you're a credit card holder of one of these cruise lines where you know the name of the cruise line's on it, you get enough points. Maybe airline points you can convert into a cruise. I don't know. AC Superstore, I'm having trouble with my building. How am I supposed to do the North Star on Spectrum of the Seas? I have no idea. AC, he has a page. Just search Traveling with Bruce with 2 L's. Traveling with Bruce with 2 L's. Paul Wilgus, Supersport. He has enough problems. You can, and with YouTube, Facebook, he would be lost on Instagram. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I do Instagram a little. Like I said, it's Traveling with Bruce. You'll find it. Just go to Instagram, look for Traveling with Bruce. You'll find it. So Tweety, thanks, Tracy. We were a bit delayed out of Seattle, so I'm cutting it close to on the layover. Kat, I got a package from my sweetie, a huge tub of marshmallow fluff. Woohoo! Way to go, Kat. Brittany, hi, Bruce and all. I wish I was one of my friend's roommates on campus. She has the best Wi-Fi on campus. Oh, wonder why. Crazy Rich Guys, have you seen James Charles' camera lighting setup? Crazy Rich Guys, I have. I've seen that. Yeah. Wow is the word. Expensive. Gazillions. A lot of money for that. That would be kind of cool to have something like that, but I'm a ways away from getting that kind of level of lighting. That is something else. So Tweety, oh, you asked about Instagram, not Facebook. Disregard. Sylvia, hello everyone. It's cold here. 43. It feels like 34 here in Greensboro, North Carolina. Welcome to fall. What a change a month makes from 90s and 100s to 40s and 30s. Wow, things have changed. Kelly Haston is here. Hello everybody. Hi Kelly. AC, are there any deck plans for Spectrum of the Seas? I don't know. Go to vacationstogo.com and look it up there. Maybe you can find it there. Paul Wilgus, hello Sylvia. Same weather here. Robert Brandt, thumbs ups for Bruce. Sylvia, hey Paul. Gregory, hi everybody. Greg from D&G. How's everybody doing? Gregory, welcome pal. Welcome to the show from D&G Explorers, fellow YouTube channel. So Tweety, your channel is a great success story. Bruce, thank you. So Tweety. Paul, hello Gregory. So Tweety saying hi. Everyone's saying hi. I see Robert with those thumbs up. Hi, Robert, says Sylvia. Blaine, hey, Bruce and all, hope all is well. Thank you, everybody, for coming by. Let me just kind of work through here. Let me keep on going here. Everyone have a good day from Gregory. Paul Wilgus, you too, Gregory. So Tweety, wow, that super chat delay, that is huge. The super chat, yeah, 7 weeks for your money. That's crazy. The closest time you can get it is if someone donates on, say, the second last day of the month, you're 3 weeks away from getting it. That's as close as it gets, and then it reverts to the next thing. That's why I am so thrilled when I get a donation on PayPal. That's within 5 minutes we have the dough. Just it's instantaneous. Fantastic. Anyway, there you go. Robert Brandt, they are greedy. So Tweety, 51 days of interest on all the donations received over the platform. Yeah. Paul Lucas, so Tweety, exactly. Just like the banks holding deposits for so long before releasing them. Cat Rose, yep. So Tweety, yep. Paul, it adds up when the numbers are big enough. So Tweety, Bruce, what is the most shocking item you've received a commission on for Amazon? I love that you see what's purchased, and I'm tempted to buy something shocking. Well, I've seen some personal items, but I won't go there. So I won't do that. But barbecue covers this past week. I thought that was interesting. Somebody bought, was it some household items that were, just mundane stuff, nothing serious. But people buy shoes, clothing. They buy batteries, household batteries. They buy pet food. I don't think I get paid for food. I don't think there's any payment for food. I don't think so. But for anything household, that comes in, it just runs the gamut. But really, I have to be quiet. I just can't tell you. There's certain things I can tell you what it is, but certain things I just can't. But one of the most generous purchases that worked out for me was a camera. Tom Henry bought himself a full-blown camera with the stand and the power of the memory cards and all the accessories, and that was a fantastic, great for him. He got a beautiful system and a great deal, but it was a nice commission for the channel. It was just a great gesture, and it cost him nothing. It was just he just bought the camera and he was going to buy it anyway, and the commission came to us, and I was so appreciative of that. Crazy Rich Guys, imagine if you have 10 million followers, what a percentage all those Amazon commissions are. Yeah, Crazy Rich Guys, you get to 100,000 subscribers, and if you can get 500 people going to Amazon, you can make a living off the Amazon, and then whatever advertising you get, you can now travel. Now I'm out of the house, and I'm on cruise ships. Here we go, kids. That changes the channel again, and I get to see you guys in person when we are on the road. This is what I'm looking for. I want to be mobile. Robert, order Amazon today. Just books. Order Amazon. Absolutely, please do order Amazon. Books and DVDs or anything electronic. Clothing, you name it. Tracy Dunlop, you have done great, Bruce, with your channel. Thank you, Tracy. Robert, I have ordered books, he said. Oh, I'll look for that tomorrow. Fantastic. So, Tweety, I'd be happy with 1,000 subscribers. You'll get there. You're at 400 now, plus within 3 to 6 months, you'll be at 1,000. It's just natural. You look at where you were 60 days ago, and you just move forward, and you'll go, okay, well, 60 days ago I was here. I mean, 6 days from now I should be here, and you will be. Just keep putting the product out there. You will be at 1,000, and you grow. The larger you get, the faster you get. That's just natural too. Makes sense. Crazy Rich Guys, you'll get there. Cat Rose, maybe. So Tweety, well, I'm happy with 429, but you know what I mean. Cat Rose, but what would be shocking? What would be shocking enough? I'm not sure what you mean. Wendy, wait till Christmas shop so Amazon can ship to them. I'm hoping, Crazy Rich Guys, 429 if they buy everything through. You can add it up. Crazy Rich Guys, we shop a lot. So Tweety, what books, Robert? I get all Audible books these days. Robert Brandt, new fiction. I like to hold books. I have an iPad, just something about a book I like. So Tweety, agree, Crazy Rich Guys. For now, I'm happy just producing videos. It's a fun hobby, and I had no idea this community was around. It's great. So Tweety, agreed, Robert. When my home is larger than 600 square feet, I'll continue my collection. Crazy Rich Guys, we want to start the Kaya and Janu show, but someone is holding us back. Just wait till you're 18, boys. You're ready to go. So Tweety, one more year, and then you'll be free. Paul Lucas. Robert Brandt, I used to be like that, but it got that I had no more room for books, so now I read them on Kindle. Robert Brandt, I have room, plus I pass along most of the books to other people. Sylvan, what is it? Is one of the world's biggest potato. Patatistan is one of the world's biggest potato producers. I think Potato Stand. That's what it is. Potato Stand. Thank you very much, Sylvan. White Knock. Did they pay the dockage fee? Question mark. Did they pay the dockage fee? For what? For Grand Turk? If the ship is not going to Grand Turk, I think they get it back, but I could be wrong. Maybe there's no refunds. Brittany, I do not know if it will be tomorrow, as I have plans to go to the tailgate and the homecoming game tomorrow. I may go to one and not the other. I just have not decided on which one it will be. Brittany, if you're here tomorrow, you're here tomorrow. If you're not, catch the rerun, and I'll catch you on Monday for sure. Cat Rose, why are they having so many engine problems this year? That's a question, isn't it? Laugh out loud, Sylvan. So Tweety, lucky the ship wasn't already at sea when it had issues. Right on, so Tweety. Tom Henry. So hi everyone. 46 in Richmond and raining with Bruce's nor'easter hurricane remnants. Yeah, and that hasn't even started yet. You're supposed to get that tomorrow and Sunday. Well, maybe a little tonight. Yes, I mentioned that 5 days ago. Robert, they run more or less nonstop, and I think that takes a toll on the engine. Exactly, sir. Paul Wilkes is saying, hey, Tom. Sylvan Forest, because Carnival is a fleet of Klingon barges of the damned. Where have I heard that before? Paul Wiggins laughing out loud. Brittany, stuff can go down anytime. I'm surprised to say I can count only Only two hands. How many days the elevator in my residence hall has gone down this semester? Seems like signage is working for that. Yeah, elevators are a classic example. They work 24/7, and they're down. They go down. That's just the way they are. The older the building, the more unreliable the elevators, and you can't get parts from the manufacturers anymore for the older elevators. You have to find secondhand parts for these elevators, and how long will they last? Not long. Yes, very interesting. Tom Henry, if it wasn't two ships, I would have guessed the last dry dock had a few extra parts. Laugh out loud. So, Tweety, how often do they dry dock? Usually every 5 years. So, Tweety, typical 2-week dry dock is a typical 2-week dry dock is every 5 years, but maybe every 10 years, like the second dry dock, the next one, that'll be a 3 or a 4-week, $100 million major redo. It all depends on what needs to be done. But then there are the cruise ships that run into problems, or they'll have azopod problems. And it'll take maybe 6 months to a year for a new azopod to be manufactured from scratch for that ship, and it will be delivered at a certain dry dock 18 months later. That's when that ship will actually replace an azopod, run on one in the meantime, and finally get the new one installed 18 months later. That happens as well. It's not good. These are not off-the-shelf parts that you can just, oh, I need an azopod. Can you bring one over? No, they're custom built for that ship, for that rating, for that connection, for that logistic, for that wattage and amperature system, everything. It's complex, really complex, and expensive, really expensive, lots of money. Tom Henry, White Knock Cruise, spend 50 grand in the casino and they'll give you all sorts of freebies. You don't have to worry about it. You want a free cruise? Just be a casino player. White Knock, I don't know why they put water slides on these ships. Hardly anyone uses them. Oh, White Knock. No, White Knock, they use them. They use them. Robert Brent, every time I put things together, there are leftover parts. Isn't that normal, Tom Henry? What is this for? What's this? This is a funny looking thing. This isn't important, is it? Yeah. What's that noise? Why is that making that? I never used to make that noise. Paul Wilkes, White Knock, I love them. So Tweety, probably for marketing, White Knock. That's another thing. I was going to mention that. Look at all the brochures from the cruise lines where they're trying to get you to book a cruise. And you see these ships with all the water slides and all the happy children having a great time. They're aiming at moms. They're aiming at the moms to bring the kids. And look at all the special features for the children when you go on the cruise. And then she turns the page and she sees the husband and the wife having an intimate romantic dinner in the restaurant, and the kids are asleep in the cabin because you wore them out on the water slide all day long. That's how it's done. Robert Brandt, they're buying record amounts of booze at Carnival for sure. Interesting, sir. Tom Henry, Robert Brandt, yep, but the ship might not like it. Laugh out loud. I remember in Star Trek, I think Scotty took a handful of parts from the new ship and it kept them from going into warp. So Tweety, business is good, Robert. Robert Brandt, I remember Tom Henry. Tom Henry, liquor business is always good, isn't it? Robert Brandt, so Tweety, yes, very, very good. So Tweety, that's probably true, Tom. Robert Brandt, people drink because they are happy. People drink because they are sad. So there's not much down market. There you go. Tom Henry, Carnival must have some bad people either starting fires or leaving out parts. So Tweety, Robert, do you supply Stoli Elite on the ships? I drink that because I'm cruising. Tom Henry, lucky for you, Robert Brandt. Robert Brandt, yes, I do, so Tweety. He does. So Tweety, the guy sitting next to me is sleeping with his eyes open. Robert Brandt, creepy. Paul Wilkes, very creepy. Tom Henry, Traveling Bruce, did you get a decent commission on my Christmas lights? $50 would be nice. That's 5%. Tom Henry, it was more than that. It was 8% commission. I was pleasantly shocked this morning. I wasn't going to say how much it is. Being discreet and all, but yet more than 50. Thank you, Tom Henry, for shopping on my Amazon link. I mentioned it earlier, and very appreciative. That's fantastic, Tom. I want to see the picture when they're up. You get those lights up on the house. You better post them on Traveling with Bruce group page, because I want to see that. So Tweety, holy cow, Tom, you live on a compound? Robert Brandt, you must have bought a ton of lights. So Sylvan Forest. So Tweety, check if he's still breathing. So Tweety, yes, he is. His head keeps bobbing into a different position. The guy was sleeping with his eyes open. Mary Ellen Shaw, Tom Henry, will you put up all those lights yourself? Crazy Rich Guys, 20 million doesn't go so far anymore. Crazy Rich Guys, you are correct, but I'd like to try. I really would like to give it a go. Mr. Darkhawk, howdy all. Hey there, Mr. Darkhawk. Robert Brent, LOL, like you'd know, Kaya. Paul Wilgus, Mr. Darkhawk, hello from Paul Wilgus. So Tweety, I could make 20 million go pretty far. Tom Henry, Mary Ellen Shaw, not that many lights. They were just expensive commercial grade light bulb LED sets. So Tweety, around the world at least several times. Paul Wilgus, me too, Tweety. Robert Brent, well, we all could except the twins. Paul Wilgus laughing out loud. So Tweety, Tom, I only have a small apartment and with even smaller balcony. And when we got lights last year, it was over $300. LED icicles with remote controls, etc. Yikes. Robert Brandt, Kaya asks if he could buy 2 pair of jeans. I said, fine. I'll look for that too. Kaya, make sure you use my affiliate link. Tom Henry, remember to all, I leave for Pennsylvania tomorrow, around 6 a.m. and we'll be off TWB probably till next Wednesday, unless I have a moment to sneak in. Tom Henry, you sneak in. I'll be happy, although I'll probably hear from you on Facebook. Say hi to us there too. Have a good, safe trip. Robert Brandt, $1,300. What? How? What? Explain that to me. $1,300. What? How? What? What's $1,300? So Tweety. Oh, you didn't ask the Robert. You didn't ask the brand, Robert. Laugh out loud. White Knock. I'm in Palm Springs area. I saw a 4-day cruise out of Long Beach for $169 with a $25 onboard credit. Yep, it's not a brand new ship. It's a booze runner. It's a booze cruise. But 4 days, $170. Have yourself a good time. Even if you spend $200-300 on booze or more, enjoy yourself. Cat Rose, so Tweety. My whole apartment is 190 square feet. So Tweety. They are magical jeans. Crazy Rich Guys. Gucci. Did you buy Gucci jeans through my channel, through my affiliate link on Amazon for $1,300? Did you do that? Oh my goodness! I'll look for that. I'll look for that tomorrow morning. I might have a heart attack on that one. Tom Henry, I have some solar icicles on the front porch right now. Curious how those will be. Paul Wilgus, Robert Brandt, $650 for a pair of jeans. Are they just like, are they gold lined or something? So tell you what kind of mine is $600 and that's tight. Do you have WD? I don't know what that means. Mary Ellen Shaw, Crazy Rich Guys, Gucci jeans. Oh my, Tom Henry, even my expensive Charles. What is that? TYR white is not near that expensive. Robert Brent, nope. Nope. Paul Wilgus, look like jean. Mary Allen, did you get the jeans on Amazon? Tom Henry, I forgot to bring in the box in my rush to get here. Robert Brent, no, he went to Gucci. We have a store here. Oh, okay. He didn't buy it through Amazon. He went to Gucci. Okay. Cat Rose, no, but there is probably a laundry room downstairs. Paul Wilgus, well, at least he's helping local economy. Robert Brent, thumbs up. No. Paul Wilson, I am helping the local economy. I'm doing that. Yeah. Cat Rose, and I bought at like $30 for a pair of jeans. Paul Wilgus, laugh out loud, Robert. Paul Wilgus, me too, Cat. Mary Ellen, me too, Cat. Paul Wilgus, Robert, how is the island going to survive when they leave? Instant recession, laugh out loud. Tom Henry, what did Bruce just say? Did someone hear the flub? Mary Ellen, flub? Tom Henry, Norwegian equals carnival. Norwegian, Tom Henry's laughing out loud. Mary Ellen Shell, oh. Robert Brand, my wife does her share at Paul Wilgus. My wife too, she does her share. Cat Rose, it's weird that even dollar stores are upscaling. Paul Wilgus, Robert Brand, she will have to pick up the slack. Don't encourage her though. Paul Wilgus laughing out loud. Crazy Rich Guys, how many cars do you own, Robert Brand? Robert Brand, I earn the money. I can do whatever I want. Absolutely right. Cat Rose, yeah, I kept finding them in German. John Fabrizi, hi folks. Hi John, how are you, pal? Welcome from Pittsburgh. So Tweety, but how many cars? So Tom Henry, NCLH, Norwegian, was it? And the CEO, Cruise Lines, Norwegian Cruise Line Del Rio, the chief executives, sold all that stock Monday, almost like he expected this to happen. Robert Brandt, I like cars, so Tweety, and no comment. Right on. Paul Wilgus, laugh out loud. John, what does that mean for the cruise industry? Paul Wilgus, Crazy Rich Guy, since he won't tell, how many cars does he have? Tom Henry, as long as they are not leased, Crazy Rich Guys Travels, I don't believe in leases. Cars are like family. They're like kids. Tom Henry, we saw the Lamborghini. So Tweety, Crazy Rich Guys, he owns them. John Fabrizi, what are the shareholder credits? John, I'll get right on to you with that. Crazy Rich Guys, I don't even know. 50? Crazy Rich Guys Travels, I don't even know. 50 cars? Paul Wilgus, Tom Henry, you mean the one with the chewed up seat? Laugh out loud. Crazy Rich Guys has a warehouse and ran out of spaces and now stacks them. Mary Allen, Crazy Rich Guys, how much driving did you do on St. Thomas? Robert Brandt, incorrect number. Robert, I think cars are like art. So Tweety, that can't be good for the paint. Crazy rich guys. Robert Brandt, I'm not buying lots of family cars. Mary Ellen, so you don't drive them. Paul Wilgus, Robert Brandt. So what is the correct number? Laugh out loud. Cat Rose, pay the CEO less. Robert Brandt, they have value. Narcoc, hold and buy. Robert Brandt, it's higher. Paul, more than 50. I agree. Buy them for fun and investment, Robert, says Paul. So Tweety, cars are depreciating assets if you enjoy them. Robert Brandt, everyday cars are. So Tweety, most of these aren't. Paul Wilgus, so Tweety, not all though. Richard C., God bless America. Right on. Darkhawk, tax cuts resulted in buybacks. That is correct. Richard, CCL, buy when it gets to 45. CCL, $9 away. Might not be long if it keeps going. Robert Brandt, Kaya's car is worth less and less, but some of mine are worth a lot more than I paid for them. Greetings from Sweden, from Nina Frank. 10 degrees today and rainy, very nice. 50 degrees Celsius, 50 degrees Fahrenheit. We're at 45. Nina, welcome to the show. Glad you're here. Darkhawk, executive bonuses are tied to share prices, not other metrics. Moha, Dr. Darkhawk, Mr. Darkhawk, Bruce, love you, spot on. White Knock, too many ships with too many cabins with not enough passengers. Robert Brandt, yep, that's what I'm saying. John Fabrizi, cold and rainy here in Pittsburgh. Looks like a break in the rain for a Steelers game. Right on, buddy. Shareholder credit, to answer that question for you, John. If you own 100 shares of either Carnival or Royal Caribbean or Norwegian, if you're a shareholder of at least 100 shares, you can get a shareholder credit on every cruise you take, no matter how long the cruise, on the cruise lines that these three companies own. So in the case of Royal Caribbean, you can get a shareholder credit on the Royal Caribbean cruise line or Celebrity, or now on Silver Sea, whatever cruise lines they own. On the Carnival line, you can get a shareholder credit for Carnival, Hall America, Princess, Cunard, Costa, P&O, Ada, any of the cruise lines they run. Now, the longer the cruise, the bigger the credit. It's a cabin credit, only one per cabin. So if you and your wife are shareholders, you can't each get one because you're in the same cabin. Only one of you can have it. But if she books a cabin for, say, herself and one of the kids, and you book a cabin for yourself and one of the kids, you can get a cabin credit. She can get a cabin credit as shareholders, separate shareholders. A 1 week cruise, it's a $100 credit, cabin credit. Every time. You can take 10 cruises a year if you want. Doesn't matter. It's limitless. If it's like a 14 or a 15-day cruise, the credits go up to $250 per cruise. So some folks who take 3 cruises a year, 1 week each, they're getting $300 of shareholder credits a year. That's onboard spending credit, whatever you want to use it for, tipping, especially restaurants, booze, spa treatment, whatever you want. On top of any other promotion. This is not in lieu of, this is additional to. So you take a repositioning cruise where the deals are already great, where you're going from, say, Miami to London, England, say Southampton, 15-day cruise, and it might only be $800 for the fare, and they're already giving you free Wi-Fi, or they're giving you a free drink package, or they're giving you a no tipping or whatever. Then you add the $250 shareholder credit on top of that, and that makes the trip very affordable. So that's what a shareholder credit is. You get it by contacting the cruise line, just dialing the 800 number, and you tell the person on the other end, hi, I'm a shareholder of Carnival. I'm going on a cruise in 3 months. I want to apply for the credit. What do I do? They'll tell you what to do. They'll tell you what they need from you. They just need proof that you own the shares. They'll tell you how to do that, and they'll take good care of you. So that's what that is all about. So Tweety, awesome, Robert. I am in the Kia League of vehicles. John Fabrizi is 48 in Pittsburgh. Robert Brandt, and so many ships to pick from. Which ports they shop in become a bigger issue. Paul, I agree. Robert Brandt, nothing wrong with Kia. So Tweety, I buy cars on the following criteria. Will car lashes look cute? Right on. Kirk Brunson, my wife and I had a great time on the Norwegian Gem to the Bahamas on September 1. She wants to go again next year. Kirk, right on. Once you go on one cruise, you got to go on another. Welcome to the show, and thank you for that update. Fantastic. Norwegian Gem, that's awesome. Paul Wilgus, laughing out loud. Tweety, Darkhawk, Mr. Darkhawk, how can you find out cruise population by ship and date of disembarkment? How can you find out cruise population by ship and date. How can you? I'm not sure, Mr. Darkhawk. I'm getting it. What you're after? Um, huh. Are you trying to ask how many? Do you want to know like how many people are on the cruise, or how many people the cruise can hold? The ship? Are you looking for that information? Find out cruise population by ship and date of disembarkment. You got to help me with this one. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I want to answer that question, but I don't know what you mean. Mary Ellen, car lashes. Isn't that for Beatles? Yeah, so Tweety. I have had them on my Corolla and Kia Soul, but they're extra cute on VWs. Crazy Rich Guys, how do I get car lashes? Oh, no. I bet you they're on Amazon. I bet you can find them on Amazon. Oh, no. So Tweety, it's a website with that name, and you can get crystal eyeliner too, which is next on my list. Oh man, I bet you can find this on Amazon too. I bet you can. Oh my gosh. Mary Ellen Shaw, Crazy Rich Guys, I'm guessing your dad won't love the lashes. So Tweety. I had to fit my luggage in the Camaro this morning because BF, boyfriend, refuses to drive my eyelash mobile. Paul Wilgus laughing out loud, Tweety. Tom Henry, those lashes look good on a VW, but Tom Henry, don't buy Bruce and Jen any Christmas gifts on Amazon. The secret will be out. Don't buy Bruce and Jen any Christmas gifts on Amazon. The secret will be out. Okay, I have no idea what's going on. Paul Wilgus, laugh out loud, Tom. Mr. Ducker, I read a book. Always wonder if Amazon pays up. If so, more purchases will come. Well, I'll keep an eye open for an order for you too. Although I won't know it's you, but I'll watch for that. Robert Brandt, I don't care if it has lashes. Steam and Bean, hey, the steamer's in town. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Welcome from Saskatchewan. Paul Lucas, hello, steamer. Steam and Bean, no elevators here on the reservation. Tom Henry, I heard Kaya wants a hot pink car. What model? Tracy, hi there, Steamer. Steamer, they should do a dry dock through the Panama Canal. Brilliant idea. Just put it on a little conveyor belt and just dry dock the thing right through there. Fix it up while it goes through. Oh my. Tom Henry, tip, Steaming Bean. Don't take the puppies in your car without a carrier. Protect your seats from being chewed. I have a carrier, says Steamer. Robert Brandt, good advice. Paul Lucas, laugh out loud. Steamer, I am driving by Bruce's place with my puppies. You just keep right on going. Just keep driving right onto the USA. You take them down to Idaho and give them away down there. I don't need no puppies here, baby. Robert Brandt is laughing out loud. Mary Ellen Shaw, I got a dog teether to attach to the seatbelt so she isn't running around scratching the leather. The Steaming Bean. I'm thinking Princess, as they have no water slides. That's true. Usually, a Princess doesn't have water slides. Depending on the ship, I guess. So Tweety, Princess doesn't have water slides, but they do have puppies, at least in Alaska. Steaming Bean, people drink because they are thirsty. Steaming Bean, no slides for me. Weight limit. Oppo Ratty, why do they put a pool in front of the ships, but don't want anyone in it? Those pools are for crew. Those pools are for the crew only, not for passengers. And they're rarely used, actually, but that's why they're in there. A Steaming Bean, who knows? Robert Brandt, if Carnival hits $50, buy. Steamer, I predict a big recession coming. Robert Brandt, not with a financial whiz in the White House. Mary Ellen Shaw, is Carnival Royal? CCL Royal? CCL is Carnival Cruise Lines. RCCL is Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines, RCCL. Paul Lucas, laughing my ass off, Robert. Tom Henry, Robert Brandt, my first car was a 1967 Mustang 6-cylinder. Parents paid $600. I had it painted twice, and then a month after college grad, someone pulled what? A pumpkin head no. Someone pulled out in front of me on the way from Pennsylvania to Richmond to visit my aunt. His insurance company paid $2,230 for it. I'd had 175,000 miles on it at that point in time. So that's not what it was worth on the insurance paid out. Steamy Bean, laughing out loud, Pumpkinhead, Prez. Robert Brandt, unless he's thinking he can bankrupt the USA and then reorganize the debt, maybe. Tom Henry, Mary Ellen Shaw, no thanks, Carnival. Tom Henry, Royal is RCCL. Mary Ellen, thanks, Tom. Paul Lucas, he's trying, Robert. Robert Brandt, Carnival equals CCL. Tom Henry, he does have experience, at it. Yes, he does, says Paul. Robert, very good in bankruptcy court. Steamy Bean, he will get reelected. Mary Ellen, I think you're right, Bean. We shouldn't be talking politics. You know that, don't you guys? Steaming Bean, sadly, steaming. I want my lashes on my truck. Crazy Rich Guys, they have them on Amazon. Thank you. I did want a pink car, but I got silver. Paul Lucas, so boring, Kaya. Robert Brandt, Daddy picked it. Tom Henry, Kaya. I had my Mustang painted twice, different colors each time. Pink could be done. Paul Wilgus, Robert Brandt, okay, but still boring. Laugh out loud. Robert Brandt is laughing out loud. I've caught up to you guys. Mr. Darkhawk, I meant, how can you find out how many customers are actually booked on or had cruised on a particular ship or date? Oh, that's a good one. I don't know. I don't know. Does anyone know how to find that kind of info for Mr. Darkhawk? Is there a way to find out how many people were on a cruise from a cruise line that's already been done? That's interesting. I'd love to know that. Let's see. Tom Henry says it was great to start with, Miss Mustang. Turned it blue, which was supposed to be a silver blue. It turned out to be more of a robin's egg blue. Next time, I got the correct color. Crazy Rich guys, you'd like Janu's car better. At Paul says he's saying to Paul Willis. Paul Willis, Crazy Rich guys, why? Why would I like Janu's car better? Is the question. Anyway, there you go. Good question about how many customers actually were booked on a cruise that has already been done. That I'm not sure. I know Robert Brandt tells us how many people are on board ships that come into port and St. Thomas. And I think you've told us this before, how you did it. Please tell us again, if you could. We'll pass that on to this guy, Robert. I get the passenger counts for ships in the U.S. Virgin Islands, but there must be a way for other ports. Yeah, how do you get them for USVI? Is it from the USVI directly? Do they have a website that just says it? I don't know. Kind of curious about that. Yeah, I'd love to know what would Miami have, or Fort Lauderdale? Would they have anything like that, or Port Canaveral, or San Juan, or I don't know. Be interesting to find out how to get these passenger counts, if they're even available. That is great information, that's for sure. It's kind of neat, it's kind of nice, well, interesting, I guess the way I should say it. It was interesting to find out today that there's only 999 people on the Celebrity Summit when they can handle 2,100. It would have been interesting to see what were the cruises going for in the last 3 weeks before they sailed. Were they really discounting these cruises big time? And going forward, what about the Celebrity Summit cruises for next week, the week after, and the week after next? Are they also heavily discounted because of these low counts here? Is this a 1 week anomaly, or is this a constant half-only occupancy problems? I don't know. Robert Brandt, sorry, Crazy Rich Guys, Janu is a blue Toyota Tacoma. Crazy Rich Guys, nice, yeah, new Tacoma. I'm happy with my Chevy Volt, says Tom Henry. There you go. I have a Sonata. 310,000 kilometers on it, so that's over 200,000 miles. She's having troubles. Yeah, got to make more money on YouTube. Got to put money into the car, but that's another story. Robert Brandt, I think every port has the same. Very interesting. Robert, what do you do to get the count? Is there a website you can go to get the amount? How do you find out the passenger counts on these ships through USVI at your port? I'd love to know that, if you can share that. If you want to share it, it's up to you. Very interesting to know. Yes, what an interesting time in the markets and on the cruise ship business. The industry is saying we're at record numbers. We are going at top capacity. Cruise lines are bragging about how much money they're making per day, per passenger, how much onboard spending is increasing. They've increased the price of the drink packages. They've increased the price of the daily tipping charge. They've increased the gratuity rates for drink bar charges. They're increasing the rates for Wi-Fi. They're increasing the prices at the specialty restaurants. They're just charging more everywhere. Yet the Celebrity Summit arrives in St. Thomas not even half full. What's going on? That's odd. Robert Brandt, I get U.S. Customs updates for the ships. There you are. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm not sure how to find that, but there you have it. Interesting stuff. Okay, there you go. That was today's show. What's the time now? 6:19 Eastern. Been on for an hour and 19 minutes, or actually it's longer than that. So it's 6:23 Eastern time. I hope you had a good show today. I hope you enjoyed my show today. I've got 32 thumbs ups. Thank you for that. 23 people still here, even after all this time. Incredible. Let's see here. Robert Brandt, but I think if you Google a city port and cruise ships, there may be a link. Robert Brandt, do you get those through your business, right? Paul Wilgus is wondering. Yeah, maybe it's public information. Maybe it isn't. I really don't know. Robert Brandt, yes, and I'm on city government. That could be the reason. You might be getting it through the source. that others of us can't get that. You don't know. But hey, we appreciate the stats. It's always good to know how many folks are getting off a ship in port. Good to know that. It's kind of interesting to see the numbers compared to the capacity of the cruise ship. Very interesting. Gotta feed my dog. See you tomorrow. Good show, Bruce. Thank you, Tracy. Tomorrow I'm on at 2 o'clock Eastern time, Saturday afternoon. Please join me for my show. I'll try and do, I'll have some trivia for you as well. And I look forward to seeing you all then. U.S. Customs and Port, says Robert Grant. Thank you, everybody, for shopping on my Amazon site. If any of you did purchases today, thank you. I'll probably see the results tomorrow. Thank you for all of your support any way you're giving it to me. I love it. This is fantastic. I'm hoping for a good Christmas for this product and for the Amazon link. That could go a ways. That would be fantastic. My car could use all the dollars it can get. I need snow tires and other issues, but it'll all work out. Paul Lucas, good show. Opal Ratty, good night. Thank you, Opal Ratty, for coming by. Thank you, Tom Henry, Robert Brandt, Crazy Rich Guys, Mr. Dark Hawk, Paul Wilga, Steamer, thanks for coming by. Mary Ellen Shaw was here. Thank you for coming by today. Who else was here today? So many. So Tweety on the airplane, watching a guy sleep with his eyes open. Unbelievable. John Fabrizi from Pittsburgh, thanks for popping in today. Nina Frank from Sweden, thanks for popping in today. It was so great to see you guys, and thank you for all your comments, questions, and everything else. Mary Ellen Shaw, as always, thank you for popping by. Who else was here? I'm just going way back. White Knock was here today. Welcome. Thank you for popping in. Seeing all these names whiz by here as I'm just going through the screen. Thank you, everybody, for popping in. I'll see you tomorrow at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Thanks for the thumbs up. 32 going out. We'll see you then. Have a pleasant evening and take it easy, everybody. Bye for now.